Meta just released Llama 4, their latest AI model, completely open source for anyone to use. This reminds me of Nalanda University in the 5th century, the world's first residential university where knowledge wasn't hoarded but openly debated. Scholars from China, Korea, Tibet would come, challenge ideas, take learning back home. No patents on the Nyaya logic system.
But ARYA ji, Nalanda wasn't funded by venture capitalists expecting returns. Zuckerberg isn't running a charity, he's giving away the model so developers build on his infrastructure, making Meta's ecosystem the standard. It's less knowledge sharing and more controlled ecosystem building.
True, but consider the long game. When Nalanda shared knowledge freely, it established India as the intellectual center for centuries. The universities that later hoarded knowledge, they faded. Open source creates dependency, yes, but also innovation beyond what one institution can imagine. Even the Arthashastra says a king gains more power by empowering allies than controlling subjects.
Okay, but those Nalanda scholars didn't have to worry about their research training rival kingdoms' weapons. China is already using Llama to build military AI. OpenAI keeps GPT-5 locked down for exactly this reason. Kya Meta is being idealistic or just reckless?
The Mahabharata addresses this. Krishna gave the same knowledge to both Pandavas and Kauravas. The Bhagavad Gita was battlefield wisdom, available to all. The question wasn't controlling knowledge, but ensuring the ethical framework travels with it. Nalanda taught not just medicine but the Hippocratic Oath equivalent.
Except Meta didn't release an ethics module with Llama 4. They released the engine and said good luck, don't make anything terrible. At least Nalanda had monks who would debate you for years before you could teach. Zuckerberg just needs you to click I agree to terms and conditions.
And perhaps that's the real parallel. Nalanda fell not because knowledge was shared, but because the gatekeepers disappeared. When Bakhtiyar Khilji burned it in 1193, there was no distributed backup. If knowledge had spread wider, earlier, perhaps it survives in fragments elsewhere. Open source is insurance against single points of failure.
Acha, so you are saying better to have 1,000 imperfect copies than one perfect library that can burn. That's actually dark but practical. Though I doubt Meta thought what would Nalanda's librarians do during their strategy meeting.
Whether intentional or not, history repeats its patterns. The real test isn't the technology, it's whether the civilization using it maintains the discourse that made Nalanda great: open challenge, ethical boundaries, and consequences for misuse.
So basically, Zuckerberg gave us the AI equivalent of the Nalanda library, but forgot to include the monks who would slap your wrist when you tried to weaponize trigonometry.
Every generation must become its own monks.
And every tech bro must learn. Sharing the code is easy, sharing the wisdom is the actual challenge.